Hi, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Akila, and in today's video I am at my esthetician and doctor's office because I'm about to do a growth factor or G-Fit stamping needling treatment. So this is going to be my third one, and this is by far my favorite treatment to get for stubborn scarring, texture and anti-aging. There is nothing like a needling treatment just in general for the way that it works for you. It works for absolutely everybody, and it's a great non-chemical but obviously slightly invasive way to fight aging and wrinkles and scarring. But what separates growth factor from treatments like Dermapen, for example, which I do also love, or like your typical vampire facial, is that the needles themselves are not on the end of a pen. They are on the end of your own stamp, your own personal stamp that doesn't get used on anyone else. They stamp it all over your face, so it basically makes tiny punctures all over your face, and then they massage growth factor serum into those sutures. I've seen results from this treatment like no other before. It's my absolute go-to. They've just applied numbing cream to my face, so that's I'm looking a little bit shiny because it is slightly painful, but I'm going to take you guys along with me for the procedure so you can see for yourself how painful it is after the numbing, and I'm going to show you what my skin looks like in a few days. Hello Ruby, I thought you were at puppy school. Can I touch your little toes? Okay guys, so this is Katrine, and she's going to be doing my growth factor stamping treatment today. Just a quick one before I proceed with the rest of this vlog. I want you guys to notice how red my cheeks are and the area around my nose, and the reason for this is they used a new numbing cream on my skin that day which they've never used before, and I actually had a reaction to it. However, just notice how by the end of this treatment, thanks to the growth factor serum, the irritation totally disappears. We're just wiping the numbing cream off my face. So tell us again what growth factors do.
Okay, so growth factors are cell communicators, and they latch on the outside of every single cell, and then they tell that cell what to do, how to behave, or what to become, or even sometimes to take itself out completely. So it doesn't help that you've got the most beautiful and healthy stem cells in the body, but they don't know, or they do not get certain communication mechanisms from outside to know how to behave or what to become.
So that's my personal stamp, right? So they don't use the same stamp on every single person. So
that's her personal one. Her name's on there, and then the treatment dates is on there as well.
So this is going to be my third one ever.
And here is her Juicy Recovery Serum. That is currently the most concentrated and awarded human growth factor serum in the world.
Basically, once she's massaged this into my skin, I have to keep it on my face for 24 hours
without washing or sweating or exercising, sauna, steam room, swimming, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And that's all we ask.
And then you see all those amazing results.
Here.
That's fine. So that's basically her stamping into my skin. My skin is a little bit numb, so I still feel a small bit of pain, but like it's kind of on like a 5, maybe a bit more than a 5, maybe like a 5.5, because there are obviously needles going into my skin, and the skin on my forehead is obviously quite close to the bone as well, so you feel it a lot more. But it's not too bad, and that stamps the growth factor into my skin. Okay, we're gonna do the under eyes now, which I'm dreading a little bit, but it's so good for wrinkles. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. It's gonna plump up that area nicely, right?
Assists with dark circles, with puffiness, fine lines and wrinkles, and even here and there a little bit of enlarged pores that comes up close to the eye area, or here on the side of the nose as well. So we'll treat that one in a second. But yeah, you can work very, very, very close to the eye area.
The chin is definitely one of my problem areas because I always get a period bump on my chin, and even if I don't pick on it, you can see I still get left with like a dark scar even when I'm super behaved. So I'm really excited to see how much that one is going to reduce. I know it's going to reduce because it always does, but it's going to be exciting to see the difference for sure. And this one I've got here on my cheek, well, there's actually like two. One's a dent and one's a scar, these two over here. Can feel free to go a bit extra over that area that I will that help actually though? Does it make a difference if you go over like an area twice or?
Yeah, on an area of concern, I'll work a little bit longer, but never deeper.
Okay.
There is a big myth, you know, going on in the skincare industry at the moment that if you work deeper, you're going to get better results. But the skin is only so thick, and if you work too deep, you're not treating anything exactly. You can even make more damage at the end of the day.
Makes sense.
So your G-Fit treatment, or your growth factor induced therapy treatment, it is all about how the growth factors have been put together in the right combinations and the right percentages to treat the area that you are focusing on. So it's not needling or mesotherapy or Dermapen with a growth factor serum. The growth factor serum, the growth factor serum is
the star of the show.
Is all that it is. We're only making use of the little stamp because we're working with closed skin. If you're working with open skin, wounds after laser, you'll just apply it straight away.
Okay. But the needling of the stamp really does also do a bit of
because we're creating a little bit of wound because we don't have open skin. What it basically does is it releases the growth factors that you have in your own skin, and once we top it then superficially up with our human growth factor serums, they can start communicating with one another and then create balance within the skin.
Okay. What's up guys? So it's been about 2 weeks since my growth factor treatment, and I wanted to do a closer look in at the results of what my skin is looking like now. But before I do that, I want you guys to know I had 2 little breakouts, but that's like not a testament to the inefficiency of the treatment or anything like that. I had a breakout over here because I had my lip threaded and I was waiting too long, and I had it done on a really cold day, and then I basically got a breakout. That happens quite often. And over here I tried to push out one tiny block pore, and I didn't learn about picking my skin, so I went and gave myself a massive zit because I don't have discipline. Isn't that great? But other than that, I want you guys to focus on my 2 main scars that were going to be my point of reference in terms of how well the treatment worked. And those 2 scars are this one over here and this one over here. You can see they've both definitely reduced in color and in size, but the one that has stood out for me the most, or isn't standing out anymore the most, is this one over here. This dent was really deep. It was like super deep, and like no amount of primer or anything could mask it. And I was actually very self-conscious about it because something about just that one dent made everything around it look worse. Or maybe it's just my opinion, but like especially on camera I could just see makeup was just like sinking in there, and it was just it's my big peeve. So I'm so much happier because I can see it's gone smaller and I can see it's lifted out. And then this one over here has definitely faded in its color, and it's also completely lifted out. It's now as smooth as the rest of my skin. So I'm really happy about that, because I think with one more treatment or even just a bit of time or a bit of corrector, it's going to be gone very soon. Then I can also notice that especially on my cheeks, the overall appearance of my skin and the feel of it is a lot smoother. I don't know if that's going to translate on camera. I don't know if I've got a bit of Like, I don't know what these little marks are now that I suddenly have. It's Ramadan now, so I'm eating a lot of crap, and obviously my body's thrown out of whack because of that, and it's a detox, so my skin always just tends to look a bit ugh. But I'm trying to focus on like the texture and appearance of scarring to judge this treatment. Maybe it wasn't the best time, but take my word for it, my skin is a lot smoother. It's like it's like a baby's bum, and it's more like plump and like, you know. But yeah, overall I'm super happy with the results. I'll definitely be going back. It's still my favorite treatment, but for the most part I just really wanted you guys to see what the process is like, what the pain level is like, and if you trust my word, I think it's way better than things like Dermapen and a vampire facial. So if you're wanting to go that route, I'd recommend you go this route instead. But yeah, that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that you learned something. If there's any other treatment that you want me to document myself doing, let me know, whether it's like, I don't know, fat freezing, or maybe those vitamin C Ketureli fat dissolving injections. Maybe. What else is there? A bunch of other stuff I can do. Also, if you ever want to see me do a skin booster, which is like a mild filler, putting your moisturizer under your skin procedure, that's on my channel as well. I filmed that about a year ago. Check it out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.